When the man who saved Star Trek in the 80s, paving the way for the 90s golden era, was hauled out of mothballs to write a new miniseries, I was like,
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
It's audio only.
You know what I mean. Yes, Nicholas Meyer was back, but
I have a few questions first.
does the great man now in his late 70s still have the Midas touch? Do we really want Khan again? Is that fertile ground or just more nostalgia bait? Another fossil dug up to reel in the fans? And what was the angle? Another reboot? What could we expect from an audio-only format? Would Star Trek stand freely on its own, separated from its rich visual language? Could less be more? Well, the answers came quickly. Star Trek Khan picks up a few months after the presumed death of James Kirk on the Enterprise B, during a Federation hearing where our new character, Dr. Lear, argues for permission to visit SETI Alpha 5 and retrieve records of Khan's time there from the Botany Bay.
Botany Bay?
She frames it as a chance to hear a tyrant in his own words, like finding Alexander the Great's TikTok account. Eventually, she's granted passage aboard the Excelsior, still commanded by Captain Sulu and with Ensign Tuvok amongst the crew. And before you know it, we're hearing first-hand accounts of Khan and his augments stepping onto their new paradise world. With Ricardo Montalban long gone, and no reason for Benedict Cumberbatch to be within 1,000 light-years of Trek again, Khan is this time played by Naveen Andrews, best known for playing Saeed in Lost. How would he fare stepping into such large shoes?
Well, let's find out.
Again, the show doesn't leave us hanging. Andrew goes for it from the first line. It's not an impression, he just is Khan. Not yet dialed up to full Shakespearean villain, though we do catch an early glimpse of that. He's everything Khan should be, confident and magnetic, a man in vibrant mood, determined to rebuild rather than licking his wounds. They flesh out his wife-to-be, Marla, the former ship's historian from the Enterprise, exploring both her loyalty and doubt, which, let's be honest, is overdue. In the original, she basically ditched her career after 2 minutes with Khan to help him seize the Enterprise because he was so dreamy and Kirk couldn't remember her name. And there are revelations that genetic engineering wasn't the only changes made to the augments. I won't spoil anything, but it's a thread that adds to the past, sets up the present, and ties into further Trek canon with surprising care. Also woven in are little portents. There's a nice moment where Khan sees a meteor shower and declares it an omen of good fortune, though we know it foreshadows ecological catastrophe. Khan's people follow him with a cult-like devotion, yet tiny cracks appear in that unity, leaving him to confront dissent with an ultimatum. But even when loyalty is pledged, it becomes clear that Khan isn't the only one his followers must answer to. Dr. Lear clearly mirrors Marla, contending with the Federation's anxiety around augments. Both crave to witness greatness up close, both pulled in by charisma even as they sense its danger. Both reflect how easily human beings are seduced by the aura of power. References to Kirk instantly place us in the timeline and show Lear's drive as she uses anything to make her case, even casting doubt on Kirk's character, suggesting his reports of Khan are contributing to a reductive account of him. With Sulu immediately leaping to his defence. Ha! You certainly can't accuse George of not being able to separate the art from the artist.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
But it is great to hear George Takei and Tim Russ slip effortlessly back into their roles of Sulu and Tuvok, continuing the fun retcon from the Voyager episode Flashback that put Tuvok on the Excelsior during the events of Star Trek VI, though Takei at age 88 understandably sounds the more weathered of the two. And as a side note, it is fucking glorious to hear Trek characters sound professional again. It's a basic detail, but one new Trek gets wrong every time, desperately trying to appeal to an audience they'll never reach, all the while alienating the one it has. Star Trek Khan isn't an audiobook. There's no narration. It's a full-cast sci-fi drama layered with sound design that makes it feel like you've just shut your eyes whilst the episode plays. And for me, someone who often falls asleep to Trek at night, it clicked instantly. Khan was introduced in the original series episode Space Seed, where Spock warns, superior ability breeds superior ambition. And here, we're primed to show what happens when that ambition is thwarted, leaving triumph to curdle into tragedy. This is a show that knows its audience and trusts you to know the world, follow the context and spot the layers. It dangles tantalising mysteries, like who gave Dr. Lear the tip about Khan's logs, how will Khan deal with dissent within his ranks he thinks he's already quelled, how does Marla meet her fate, whilst asking deeper questions, like does superior strength and intellect translate into a morally superior society, and are we all just a twist of fate away from succumbing to the darkness in us? It's Star Trek done right. A well-written piece balancing everything classic Trek does best. Exploring new territory, albeit with some familiar characters, it respects the legacy and the audience, and intelligently makes simple moves that ripple meaningfully through the story and into the broader Trek canon. And crucially, it's actually about something. Of course, this was only one episode, but I trust I'm in good hands. Modern Star Trek has burned through hundreds of millions of dollars and decades of fan goodwill chasing empty spectacle. With a fraction of that, this audio drama has given us something light years better: substance, proving good Trek is possible in the right hands. Confusiasm, out.